Hello, everybody, and welcome to Boss Rush for 2026. Yay! We did it! We're here, as I said last time on the show that we were ending 2026. No, we were ending 2025. We're now into 2026. And I'm so happy to be joined here with Boss Rush regulars and special guests. My name is Chris Melisinos. I'm the principal evangelist for video games here at AWS. And with me today are... Come on, up there at the top. We know this. Here we go. Mr. Delora, for goodness sake.
I never know the order we're going to go in. I'm usually last.
See, it goes clockwise. There we go. So next.
Oh, now you tell us. Hey, I'm Mark Delora. I am a game developer, and I am exec director at GDC. That's LONGIN.
Awesome. Wonderful to see you, Mark. And?
I think I'm the next clockwise.
You are.
I'm Susan Cummings. I run a studio called 10-6 Games. We're about to launch our first game this year. And I've been away far too long, so I'm excited to at least be here for half of the show.
That's right. And it's lovely to see you and to have you here with us. So awesome. And then next up, our special guest today is...
Hi, I'm Darren Glass, and we're very special guests because my mom thinks I'm very special.
You're the most special boy.
That's right. So, long time, let me see, formerly journalist, game writer, designer, and also work on the marketing side. I'm basically just a bon vivant of the game industry. How's that? Let's sum it up.
Awesome. That is a wonderful way to sum all of that up. And it's so good to see you all. And of course, we don't have Dean with us today. Dean is on location at CES. It's this tiny little spin-off show about electronics that he's attending. And so he was unable to join us today, but we'll have him back next week to join us. So, yeah, everybody. And thanks, everybody, for jumping in already. We have... Michael McHale said, you are so loud when you rap. I'm like, yes, it's true. Good morning, all. Is the stream freezing for you? It was freezing. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're all back now. So, all right. So let's talk about,
Is there news this week?
I think there's always some news this week. And of course, if anybody has any stories or comments, things that you would like us to go ahead and discuss, please let us know in the chat on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitch, wherever you happen to be looking. We'll go ahead and surface those. Let's jump in. What big old news have we heard? And Susan, why don't we start with you, since we only have you for 30 minutes today?
You're going to make me come up with news?
Yes.
I want to start off on a good note and say that I was really excited by some of the reports that are coming out, which are saying, despite all the doom and gloom, that the industry did great last year. And, what's the problem?
Yeah, that is great.
Revenue is up across the board. We're all good.
Up to the right. Are you sure that wasn't like a ChatGPT hallucination?
No, it wasn't, because if we take a look right here on GameSpeed, holiday consumer online spending was 6.8% to record $257.8 billion, according to Adobe Analytics. Online consumer shopping has risen. The good news for games, online sales of video games were up 415% this season compared to preseason spending levels in October 2025. And top-selling gaming consoles, including Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation Portal.
What was all that cost because some person bought RAM?
The one person.
That one dude bought RAM, and the whole industry is saved.
Completely messed it up for everybody. My goodness. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So, we're back, baby.
Is that it? Yeah. We never left. That is very good news, right? And look, obviously this has been a tumultuous period of time for the games industry, but we've been through these kind of pressures and down cycles before. We're only going to continue growing, right? And let's figure out how we can help each other be the best we can be, delivering awesome stuff in 2026 and beyond. So anyway, yes, good way to start off today. Thank you for that, Susan. Who else has some good news? I got a bunch of tabs up here, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to let my guests and my co-hosts here.
Well, I feel obligated to talk about CES stuff if we want to dive into it. I mean, so for all all intents and purposes, I feel that the FOMO of not being at the show, because like for the past 20, I lose track of how many years I would be there hanging out, reporting on this stuff. So I'm thankful I get to kick back and let everyone else do that, like Dean do the hard work while I read about it later this time around. But as a gaming nerd, there was a lot of interesting stuff to come out of the show so far from what I've seen. But as a Lego nerd, I was actually pretty happy to hear what's going on with the smart bricks. Definitely reminds me of going ways back to the Lego Mindstorms back in the day, and more recently with Lego Dimensions with the RFID. Actually, I have props.
You do?
I have the whole run of the Lego Dimensions figures, and so. The 2x4. I don't know how much you followed about that with the Lego brick announcement, the smart brick announcement, but it's fascinating. So they have this ASIC on a 2x4 brick that also has accelerometers and RFID sensors. Basically, it's like it's taking in all this information and spitting out, synthesizing music through a mini speaker as well, and it's pulling all the data from the RFID chips. I'm guessing that's what it is, right? Inside of minifigs and other random like trigger bricks.
Yeah.
So
I think it's pretty awesome too, actually.
They better use the RFIDs on these guys, because I got a whole run. I mean, hell, I got Knight Rider here, man. I committed to this. So
well, I'll say my only concern as a parent, well, now a parent of a 17-year-old, but as a parent nevertheless, was I was trying to figure out if it was like who the market was for it. And like, it sounds awesome for little kids, but like, I don't know what I want my little kids playing with each little brick being really, expensive and stepping on all the other stuff you think of when you think of Legos and kids. Because on the other hand, my father-in-law is obsessed with Lego. And during COVID, he built like all the massive sets, like spent a fortune on this stuff. He would love this, I bet. But I don't think he's meant to.
Yeah, I've been saying that Lego is cheaper than therapy at this point, so I totally get what you're saying. So I totally get that, and I think it's like I think they've even acknowledged that like this thing is targeted strictly at kids, but super rich kids apparently. I mean, looking at the cost of these sets,
too.
It's like to me it seems a little. I mean, it's nice, but a little tone deaf given the economic climate. So what I would love, what I think would be really smart of them. Smart brick, smart idea. Just going to say it is instead of forcing it into these massive kits that buy a brand new Star Wars set. Just say, here's the Star Wars pack of smart bricks. You can attach them to stuff you already got.
Exactly.
I agree with that. I also think part of their, as I was reading about this, part of their idea is how do we create interactivity amongst the toys without requiring a screen, right? So the way I kind of think about it is real life Minecraft, right? If you get all these little pieces that can have all these little channels of communication, do these kind of wacky things with each other, kids are going to figure out how to do some really creative stuff because they also work in proximity with each other. They can trigger sound effects or engagement with other bricks based on how you define them. So I think it's pretty wonderful, and it's kind of a continuation of the stuff they were doing around Mindstorms and those types of things. Yes, it's expensive. That's a lot of tech in those little bricks, though, right? So. Yeah, we'll see where it goes, but I love the innovation. I love the idea. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes as well. For sure.
Can I mention the thing I hated most that I saw so far at CES?
Yeah. Go.
That Razer AI sidekick in a can.
Oh,
what the hell is that?
Sidekick in a can. You haven't seen this? No?
I don't even know what that means. There's a lot of words together that don't make sense.
You might have to pull it up.
Yeah,
if you haven't.
I will.
Oh, it is so stupid. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It's basically like, hey, that Cortana from Halo seemed like a great idea. Let's see if we can put it on your desktop. That's basically kind of the vibe I was getting from
Alexa? The avatars.
Yeah.
But with waifu avatars.
In case you really want a K-pop avatar to tell you what the weather is outside, this is your thing.
We've seen other versions of this already. There it is, Project Ava, your AI desk companion, and so it's basically a AI character in a can, and
I think they should use
you
that,
can
Mark.
interact with it and talk to it, and there you
Oh
go.
my God.
Mark's face.
I'm totally the target market for this.
So basically, they said Scarlett Johansson and her, but this. So let's
In a
go.
can.
The K-pop Demon Hunter
Yeah,
character.
but in a can.
Oh my God. I thought it was a joke. I really thought it was a joke when I first saw it.
The display tech is cool. We see this in other sort of kind of portal type of tech. It's something actually that we even had at in our booth at GDC last year. It was this giant like white kind of container, and there was a little alien standing there. You could see it cast a shadow inside, so it looks 3D. It's basically just a see-through OLED display, right? Because the way they have the pixels or cells placed, and so it just gives the illusion of this, this hologram in the jar.
It wouldn't bother me nearly as much, by the way, if it was like a cute dog or cat. It was just a fact.
That's more
That's
interesting.
Avatar.
Like a Tamagotchi kind of thing.
Yeah,
It grows
yeah,
over
I get
time.
But I do have to give credit for one thing though. Is like every year Razer comes up with at least one project, like one showpiece project that kind of gets everyone's attention.
Yeah, it's true.
And it rarely ever makes it to full retail experience. But it's just kind of there, like, look at this crazy thing. It's almost like, hey, look up here. Oh, and by the way, here's the other stuff we actually have that we're selling.
Yeah.
Well, the comments that we have popping from the chat, Amir Satvat joining us there says it sounds like a fake SNL ad, goes well with colon blow.
Colon blow, or if you want to go old school, little chocolate donuts.
There you go. That's right. I've had them on my coffee. I just need a cigarette now. They've been in my family table since I was a kid. John Belushi, you just won the decathlon in the Olympics. How did you do it?
Little chocolate donuts.
Noah Falstein says inspired by Black Mirror, perhaps.
Yes.
Right, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah. We're on the other side when like we look at Black Mirror and go, that's quaint.
Yeah.
See, they missed a beat on the Black Mirror thing. Noah's right. It should have actually been like, it could be your dead spouse in the can. You know?
Oh,
the next step.
no.
Remember that episode, right? The robot that shows up at your house?
Yeah, we do. We do.
A little too well.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. There's all kinds of discussion you have around urns and things like that, but we'll go and avoid that. So, yeah. That's. Hey, here's what I will say for Razer. Throughout the years, they have come up with a really amazing, like crazy proof of concept stuff that I always admire. That they're just trying to figure out where all the tech goes. They had done one. If you all remember this, they had a PC that had a center plane where you could take each module, right, and you could plug them into different sides, and it was like a compute module or 2 GPU modules, and it was liquid cooled with an internal like oil pump that would keep everything cool. It was the craziest, most alien looking PC concept. I would have bought it if it was available.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that's exactly what I was talking about before. It's like they push the limits of what is, what's conceivable, and then I wish they brought some of those things to market.
Yeah. Well, like Matt Anderson said, like their tech COVID mask that they announced during the pandemic, right? Do you remember that?
The Darth Vader mask. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? Props to them for trying stuff, right?
I think this is brilliant. I would rather have that on my desk than my dumbass little Alexa 8-inch screen that does nothing but show me the time.
Wait, what? What are you talking about, man? Well, let us know. We'll go ahead and get that taken care of. Yeah, but then you can also, what about just printing out a whole army of little stormtroopers
and you can animate it with Lego
desk.
Smart Bricks?
Yes, you go. Exactly.
So I feel like I need to pull out a prop for this is what I want to see them do at CES next year.
Whoa. Wait, what are we doing?
The new Power Glove.
Oh my goodness, yes. Look at that.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah,
what's that from?
Of course.
Of
course.
I should have kept some of those THRU 3 props. Maybe not good to show on the air for kids.
That's
Well, better than being sold to somebody else, I guess. I think I like that better than them selling to somebody else because at least if they IPO, they'll be in charge of their own future.
Mm.
mhm.
Discord.
Yeah, as a frequent user these days, I just want to see the platform improve with minimal, let's just put it this way, less hard sell in your face advertisements.
Mm. Oh, it's a surprise.
Must be the comments.
It's so
The
awesome.
must be the hot takes in,
All the
on
hot
LinkedIn.
takes caught on fire. Uh-oh.
Well, that's a crime.
Yeah.
All right.
He does this to us.
On the spot, go. Are there more? Do we? I mean, like, I honestly, I could just riff for days on.
You have a list?
We started to talk about before the cool monitor thing. That
Oh yeah. So this is one thing I wish I
that
could.
now.
Right. Totally. So I don't have the full thing in front of me. Maybe Chris wants to look that up in a second. But like Lenovo rolled out, pun intended, at CES a rolling screen. So basically, it starts as a 16-inch monitor laptop, and then the screen expands. I believe was it to 27,
It
24?
was so satisfying to watch it do its thing.
Yeah, it's almost like ASMR like tech as it's opening up because it's unfurling on screen, and then you can. So it's basically, yeah, sure, you can bill it to your bosses like it's productivity stuff, but really it's just kind of like getting extra landscape for your gaming.
They did say something about like a limit on how many times it can do it, which seemed a bit weird.
Really?
Like built-in obsolescence. Yeah, it said something like, why do I want to say 20,000? Because my son this morning, he's like, that thing's breaking. I'm like, I think they said it'll work like 20,000 times or something like that. Which I guess is
never a good
weird,
sign.
You know,
the fact they have to put it out there in the marketing material, if that's true, like I totally
like
missed that.
on the video that I watched anyway. They said something like that.
Yeah, that's not great. That is really not great. I mean, like I always like the first thing I always think whenever you add complexity is like the more parts you add, the more points of failure. So
yep,
like the novelty of it seems cool, but if they don't build in that, planning, it's problematic. So
oh wow.
But I still think I think it's fascinating technology. It's kind of like taking the next evolution of like when you see like when you first saw like the folding screen technology for phones come out. I thought, that was pretty cool, but it took until more recently for them to not to like show a seam in the screen.
I wonder why they haven't done foldable screens for laptops, but they're going to go with the rolly thing instead.
I guess the size is probably the limiting factor. The cost per limiting size would make it like way too expensive, I guess.
I'm curious if I'm right. It could have been that the person on the video is wrong, but that's what I heard. Is there was some sort of limitation about how many times it would happen.
Well, this is the internet age where we don't actually confirm facts. We just go off one.
No, exactly. So I don't want to put that as gospel out there, but
So are you? I've been hearing you. Yeah, I've been hearing you the whole time, Chris. Are you back in the mix for good? Okay.
That's an interesting.
all right, hang on, I got it. According to AI, if we believe the AI on this, Lenovo states that the device has undergone extensive testing, including 30,000 cycles for opening and closing the lid, and 20,000 cycles for activating the rollable display. So perhaps it's not a limitation, but that's all they've tested.
You should say to the AI, "Don't you mean 40,000?" and see if it's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. You're right, it was 40,000."
Let me see. Should we skip over to other stuff?
Yeah, I started the Ryzen AMD announcement and trying to make sense of it. Zen 5 architecture, AI 400 processors.
So are we talking about the mobile hardware race? Because the console wars dead, but the handheld PC gaming space fight is raging.
Actually, this is the Zen 5 stuff, so I think these are not necessarily mobile. These are laptops. I mean, they can be for laptops or desktops. I don't know. It's hard to make sense. It's like there's new processors coming from AMD. Okay.
Yeah, because this is something I wish that we had a full hardware expert, like the guys like Windows Central or whatever, kind of going on about, because
they'll tear it apart.
But it's been really fun seeing it at CES this year. AMD, first Intel calls out AMD for what was it? They're saying, like, having ancient silicon for handheld gaming hardware, and AMD is like, oh no, you're just stacking the deck with your tests, and so it's. I don't even know which one to side with right now. It's kind of like I'm waiting to hear the experts chime in, Digital Foundry, stuff like that, see what they what they find at the show.
But, yeah, that's the right
one thing to keep an eye on. But it's going to be interesting because I mean, with the rising costs for everything, custom piece. I mean, like,
did you say Ryzen costs? Good job. Well done.
Thank you. I'll be here all week, folks. But seriously, though, I mean, like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this coming year, because it used to be like you would put together all this money for buying a brand new gaming PC with all the high end features and bells and whistles, and what you're seeing now is you're going to start seeing people like intentionally buying the last gen, and gaming is going to basically this is just my spitballing here, but I feel like all the high demand hardware gaming and gaming hardware it's going to diminish. You're going to see a return to, instead of pushing the bleeding edge, like, I just want to get this game. I want to get Cyberpunk to look even better than it did and run nicely.
Well, that's an interesting point, because, when you think that most of the games I think we're going to see come out this year are going to be indie. And that's going to be a focus going forward. It's going to be indie. So who the hell needs the latest and greatest thing to play Balatro?
Yeah,
I will. I need like
you need those pixels to be pristine, right?
I need high rendering speeds.
Screen.
But you know what I mean? Like,
no, absolutely. I mean, like, I'm indie first gaming. Like, that's I kind of retreated from AAA years ago. I'll play the big games, sure, but most of my time, if I looked at my Steam year in review, and it's sad. It's really sad how much time I spent in general, but also on indie gaming was like a majority of it.
But why do you think that this is? I feel like this has been true for 10 years or so. Do you think it's a big change this year that people are going to like slowly have less need to have high performance hardware and want to do this?
Well, I think. I think there's been a deceleration in the release of high-powered games over the past few years in particular, and those that do come out are live service or what have you, and there's a lesser need for that higher-end hardware. Trust me, I'd love to see games that push the limits, but you're seeing fewer and fewer of them because they cost more and more to make and take more time to release.
Yeah.
So, and especially with without going too deep into the human affected side of the industry, there's a lot fewer people at these big studios, and they're breaking off doing their own things, and they're smaller indie projects that aren't as demanding.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a good chunk of last year, right? The next big things that are going to come in are going to be indies, and I think they're going to continue to kind of matriculate upstream and start to encompass kind of the mid-tier of game development, which seemed to have been hollowed out as we retreated to the edges. A massive amount of indie with lower revenue. Smaller
I feel like
we've
been doing that for 5 years, though. Like, I'm not sure why that would have changed this year. Nor do I think that there's necessarily a tie-in between high fidelity and only AAA. Like, if you were to use Ninite and Unreal, or if you were to do scanning technology like LiDAR to capture an object, or use generative AI to generate a 3D object, none of those things make it so that a higher fidelity object takes you more time. They all add fidelity that improves your visual experience based on your hardware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I guess a good case to support your point is Clair Obscur, which had a relatively small team, and they were able to put this thing out working in Unreal.
It may be just that we need to talk more about those kind of systems. It's not like traditionally, like I agree with you, they're like the indie games. Like I keep thinking of games like Journey and Fez, like they have a graphic style it's not the fidelity of the visual experience is not a thing that's fundamental to the gameplay.
Right.
But I think those two things are not necessary. They don't have to be tied together.
Right.
Traditionally, we have tied them together because it's less cost to produce something like that.
Yeah. Right.
I think I'm thinking more just in terms of the user. If you don't have like the next big GTA coming out and you're like, my system can't handle this, I need a new one. Then then to his point, like
why would you buy that?
Just keep what you have. I can't, I very rarely upgrade my PC because I very rarely play anything that pushes it to the limit anymore.
Yeah.
Or that's what my PlayStation's for.
Yeah.
Is that because we're all like 50?
No, but it's not just that. No, there was an article that just came out. I'll see if I can find the link for it, where they talked about why they're seeing like Gen Z go back to older like Mario games, Nintendo games, and stuff like that.
8-track tapes.
Yeah, they're like they're like it's about the simplicity of doing it. It's about the accessibility of it. It's about connection between an older generation, maybe their parents that played as well. So look, I agree with you, Mark, that the fidelity and level of developer, those are not mutually exclusive, right? To, that you can only have that high-end fidelity if you're with a AAA. I think it's decoupling graphics and tastes and changing tastes of what's happening in the market. I think that, you look at the 40 million experience you can have inside of Roblox. How many of them are AAA level? It's. I'm giving a talk recently. I did it recently. I'm going to be delivering the same one next week, called "The Future of Video Games is Play." It's not so much about that fidelity. It's about what we are actually delivering to the audience that are meaningful from an interaction standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Susan, look, I know that you need to go in
and user customization, right? Being able to personalize what you're doing, being able to go into Roblox and make your own stuff. I mean, all of the sort of legacy games right now, the 3 big games that everyone continues to play, all allow you to make stuff. And to as a player to be able to contribute into the experience. And so I think it's things like that are driving us way more than graphics.
Oh yeah. I mean, just speaking from my focus group of one kid, he's of the age where he could be playing basically any game he wants, but he's going back to Roblox or Fortnite constantly.
Minecraft.
And he's not checking out the games. There's going to be the gray gamer market that's going to be playing all the stuff that we want to keep playing for the rest of our lives. But Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they're all about, how custom. They'll play blocky games that don't have much in the way of textures or plot.
Yeah, exactly
agreed.
that.
Hey, Susan, I know that we're going to lose you here in about 2 minutes. So share with us, what are you playing? What did you play over the break? What are you playing now? What's got your big brain captured?
I was away for a chunk of the break. It's funny you ask, because Lee and I have been trying to try out some new stuff together. We've been playing Orcs Must Die 3. Played the hell out of that the last 2 weeks because it's been a lot of fun in co-op. And installed and played Shape of Dreams, which I'm kind of mixed on, but having fun with it. It's doing quite well. Dean wrote up that it's like one of the first big hits of the new year. It's done a lot of units, but we're finding the experience a bit shallow. Like in terms of ultimately how long I've played, how many hours have I played? We've played 3 hours and I think we kind of got our fill.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair enough.
And it's not to say we couldn't keep playing, but from what I understand, we've seen most of the bosses. There does seem to be like a healthy mod community, people doing stuff, but it feels a bit shallow. I love a roguelike, but it feels a little bit shallow.
Yeah.
But so yeah, those two, I checked out Death Howl, which I thought was really cool. It's a roguelike card collecting game.
Yeah.
Card builder. That seems pretty cool. I like the art style.
Yeah, it's a very retro kind of like, it's almost like gothic. I feel like I want to put it like Amiga era.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ding,
You guys
ding,
should check it
ding.
out.
You just hit
I
all
gotta
of them.
go. I'm so sorry to love and leave.
No
But,
worries. It's lovely
good to see
to
you.
see you, Susan. Thank you so much for joining us, and best to everybody over there. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, all.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye. All right. Yay. Not yay that she's gone. No, we don't like that. But yay that she was able to join us for the half hour. All right. Let's get down to the real meat of the stuff. No, I'm just kidding. All right. What else do you guys got on your brains? I will share with you, since I just asked that, I'm going to stop you from answering. Somebody had asked in Facebook, in freaking YouTube, rather. How are we on talking about leaked info? Has anybody seen the Steam Machine prices leak? The potential Steam Machine prices leak. And of course, these are leaks, right? So
yeah, what are the alleged leaks saying at this point?
The alleged leak said it was even picked up in things like Men's Journal, right?
Oh boy. Okay.
It was a leaked retailer data suggests Steam machines could cost $950 to $1,170, depending on storage.
I hate to say it, but that is unsurprising. I mean, if you like with the fluctuating market right now, especially with RAM and whatnot, and they were never really making this out to be a bargain machine.
Yeah.
I'm literally putting this on the same level as, I don't know if you guys have been checking out, say like the Lenovo, was it the the Legion Go 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, obviously you're compensating for a screen there, but that is going for $1,100. And so if you have a more focused desktop, which is going to have a little more horsepower, and it doesn't have the manufacturing capacity of Lenovo, the prices are, going to be different. 1,100, that's unfortunately where I was originally hoping it would be in the 8 to 900 price band.
Mm-hmm.
And in my dream scenario, they bundle it with Half-Life 3 in order to help move sales. but we know how counting to 3 goes in the Gabe verse.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That would be something that moves the system for sure. If that's originally how you're going to be able to get it, is just within their ecosystem. A PC exclusive? What? That would be
right. No, but imagine, like you say, like this game is only going to, for the first 3 months, it's only going to come on this box, and then after that, you can buy it on Steam or whatever. That would be huge.
Yeah.
For the gamers that still remember Half-Life.
Yeah, there's that.
A little bit.
It's the Shining 2. No, what? It's what? Citizen Kane 12.
I was going to say, let me adjust my hearing aid. What?
Yeah.
Was it Source Engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
It still is, right?
Yeah. Source Engine.
Yeah.
Right. Go play some Gary's Mod, y'all.
Yay. Did you guys see the IGF award nominations came out?
No. All right, let's go ahead and pull those up.
Let's rip through it. Yeah. What?
Baby Steps, of course.
Oh.
Purple, of course. I haven't played a ton of these. Game.
Baby Steps is
played.
the Baby Steps award for like the best like under the influence game?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, it is crazy. All right, let me go ahead and pull that up here. Here we go. 2025 finalists and winners. That's 2025.
That's 25.
Where's the new ones?
It's on GameDeveloper.com. That's where I'm at right now.
Oh, here we go. The submission.
Ball Pit is the one of these that I played the most. And I continue.
Ball Pit's great.
Yeah, I keep every day.
Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? There was another one that kind of came out under the radar because it didn't have as a broad release. I have to remember. There was a game similar, but not to Ball Pit.
Are you thinking about the slot machine game?
No. I'm not thinking of Clover Pit. I'm thinking of it was a rolling castle defense game.
Defense game.
So basically, you have this castle, a mobile castle fortress thing, and pieces, and you have like attach pieces to it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And you're repelling forces as they're coming at you as you're trying to escape. I gotta remember that. It's gonna take me a minute or two.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Baby Steps leads the 28th annual IGF Awards nominations. Blippo Plus. Have you played Blippo?
I have not played Blippo.
So I played that when it originally was on the Playdate. And so that was trippy then, but like seeing it in color on a PC was crazy.
Yeah, with all the video and you're literally clicking through. And I'm so glad we're bringing this up because I've got something to share at the end of the live stream today.
It actually kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 4 when you're flipping between the TV channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy and really well done, actually. I think like the acting and the sets, the tone, like it's crazy, right? It's just absolutely crazy. But let's see here. Best student games: Bubble Beast, Digi Dungeon, Kiloton, Poco, Piercy, Sip Fisher, and Sparkles. Don't know what any of those are, so I need to go check it out. This is also a great way to go and get a list of all the stuff that I need to play.
That's what I use it for, totally.
Yep.
I go to the Nuovo list. Like,
Baby steps, though, man. The most hilariously frustrating, rage-inducing sort of game. And right as you think you got a cadence going, then all of a sudden you trip over the environment. It's definitely, it would be like a Kojima in-joke, right? Like put that into Death Stranding somewhere. Make a baby steps control mechanism inside of Death Stranding 2.
Should totally do that. We should make Kojima and the baby steps guys meet at GDC.
Yep, force that meeting.
You guys work together,
and then get the Mega 64 crew to go and do a video parodying all of it. Would be great. Oh my God, there's a pull for you. Honorable mentions in here as well. Let's see, excellence in design. Skin Deep, that one is really interesting one that I want to spend some time with as well.
Yeah, it's kind of that one. This might not be the best way to put it, but it had tones for some reason reminded me of like No One Lives Forever, in a way, in a weird way. I'm not quite sure if that's the most accurate. And by the way, Mark, the game I was thinking about, it's ball pit adjacent.
Yeah.
It's called Monsters Are Coming, Rock and Road.
Monsters Are Coming. I'm down. Looking that up right now.
And you're welcome for your Friday. I'm not going to get any work done again.
I'm on an international flight this coming week, and I was like, do I need to go get a Steam Deck? Like,
yes, you absolutely need it.
Yes.
100 times yes.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. All right, let's see. That is IGF. What other news stories are popping over? I've got a pretty interesting one about Mattel 163. Have you seen this?
I saw that news too, and I was left with questions.
What is
Boast
this?
550 million players across its portfolio. So Mattel 163. Let's see, where is it down here? Mattel 163 is a joint venture between Mattel and NetEase. Although many of its titles are built around Mattel intellectual properties, Mattel 163's products are separate from the other gaming initiatives of its American parent company. Studio growth reflects the ongoing expansion of all things gaming under the Mattel umbrella, both at Mattel 163 and otherwise. So, the group over there just continues to surprise and delight, right? The reach that they're taking their principal games and brands and creating in the game space. But 550 million players, that's extraordinary. Yeah. It's really extraordinary. So good. Again, more adoption, more games, more people playing. Yes, please. Let's go. I thought that one was pretty cool.
Skipbo Mobile. Holy cow.
Skipbo Mobile.
That brings back some memories. Yeah, Mattel 163 site.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They should do like a Pokemon Go version of Uno where you can reverse people in real life.
Oh,
that's what I want to see.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Just walk up on the street, reversal. They got to turn around and go home.
So what we are discovering is our special guest Aaron Gladstone truly is an agent of chaos. That is what I'm really discovering here. Yeah, very good, very good.
It's your own fault. The mic dropped out, so I had to.
Exactly. So you stepped up. And you know what? The thing was, I have no idea why it just started working again. It just did. That's the magic and mystery of Windows, y'all.
Right. Yep.
Let me be helpful by cratering all of your custom volume settings and output associations.
Then you have to reinvent them and do them in a more streamlined way. It's doing you a favor.
Exactly. That's why it's whiskey time. over here.
Yay!
No one told me.
Suntory time. For a
All
good
right.
time.
Let's see. What other big news pieces?
Steam Awards 2025 Game of the Year.
Steam
Hollow Knight
Awards? Yeah, let's go check that
Silksong.
out.
I was just looking through those. It's like, which ones of these have I not played yet?
The Steam Awards.
I'm a little biased, but I wish that Dispatch got a few more awards. But I'm glad Dispatch got recognized.
Dispatch was crazy.
So good.
It truly. I mean, obviously, it gave off whatchamacallit, Watchmen vibes, like right from the beginning. The art style, the audio, like everything is just another level with that game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, really, really amazing. Silksong, I'm still trying to get into it. The curve on it is a bit steep, and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of other things.
It's the get good game.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. Why are you not get good? And I'm like, because I'm not playing Metal Gear Online, man.
Yeah.
You know, I can't because people aren't here. I can't make my traditional Cuphead jokes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I suck at Cuphead too, so I say that full owning.
Yes, wait, nothing but love for our buddy Dean. VR Game of the Year award. I've not played Midnight Walk, but
I don't either.
yeah.
It's very neat. It's kind of so it plays on both flat and VR at the same.
Okay.
They made it that way. So if you want to check it out, you should. It is an adventure game, kind of very gothic.
Yeah.
It feels very Burton-esque.
Oh, okay. What I do love from the VR perspective is the announcement of the D&D and Demio.
Battlemarked.
No.
D&D Demio Battlemarked.
Yeah,
That's great.
phenomenal. We need to play. I know that you have it, so we need to actually go and sit down and play. And the other one that I've been playing recently is Pixel Rift 1982 or 83, whatever it is. Have you all
The
ever
one you're at Atari headquarters?
Yes, and you're playing through it. Mark, I don't know if you've ever seen the Pixel Rift games before. All right, well, let's go through the rest of the list here. Hades 2, of course. Baldur's Gate 3, of course, right? Expected to see them in their peak. Really interesting one. Glad to see that there too. Silent Hill F. Never played Silent Hill games because I'm a wimp. And I do not like horror games at all. Not at all.
I'm okay with horror games, but then I become a wuss when you put it in VR. Like I remember when they had Resident Evil 7 and you could play it flat screen. I was okay with it, and then 2 seconds, the intro of the game in VR, and I just tapped right out.
I'm sorry. Would say that one more time.
Resident Evil, I think it was 7.
Yeah.
Where it's with the crazy family and all that. So basically, you go in, and I was playing it in flat screen, no problem. But then as soon as I put the VR headset on, I tapped the hell out.
Yeah, because every bit of your survival instincts kick in. Like it's ridiculous. Most innovative gameplay award, Arc Raiders. Yes. Best game you suck at award.
There we go.
That's right on.
Yeah, you won that one. That's a great award there. Best soundtrack award. Yeah, incredible.
Can't fight that one.
Oh, there we go. Outstanding story, rich game award. That's a very that title or that the name of that award is not written correctly there. Outstanding story hyphen rich on 2 different lines. No, that's not how you write copy.
I think it was a curse of having it go over the line.
Oh, shut up! No, I'm kidding. You're right. Are you saying it's my fault as the reader? Oh, I see. That's what we're playing the game.
Yeah,
pretty much. Sit back and relax award. Yes, it is a cute game. I'm still all in on Power Wash Simulator 2. That is the sit back and relax game for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is sit back and relax because this is the game where I would, RV there yet is basically screw with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is like troll. It's like troll your buddies game. It's right there with Peak. I would put them in the same category.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have? Anybody that's here in the chat, if you have anything that you would like us to discuss or talk about, please go ahead and pop it in the chat there, and we'll be happy to jump in. I am looking up the Pixel Rift games, because now I'm gonna have to show this to you, Mark.
Oh yeah, Pixel Rift are good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's the Dice Awards nominations too, which I hadn't clicked on until just now.
All right. Yeah, and it's not Pixel Rift. Sorry, it's Pixel Ripped is what I meant to say. Pixel
Oh,
Ripped.
yeah, that explains why Pixel Rift brought me to
be quiet.
You shouldn't click on this page.
Here we go.
I was
Here
like,
it
uh-oh.
is. This is
What is
the
this?
yeah. This is it here. So in a nutshell, you're playing between two different spaces, in VR and then in 2D. And that now you're an employee at Atari. And what happens is there are times you're in the 3D space and then in the VR space, then it says, I need the other version of you to complete, to solve this problem. The other version of you is the version of you in the 2D games that also exist in there. So you may need to do something in the 2D game that unlocks an opening, a pathway, or objects in the 3D space. So you're constantly bouncing back and forth between those two modalities. It's awesome.
Yeah, the original one was like it took place in '89.
Yeah.
So different era, different genre games, and it feels like it feels different, which is smart. This one I love because it kind of puts it more historical context.
Yeah, and so you're playing in that environment, but then you, like I said, you have to bounce into the 2D space. And in the original one, I haven't gotten far enough in this to know if it's the same mechanic, but your controls would do different things. So you would have to like start on an objective with one controller, and then it would hand off to the other controller to complete. Right? Like there was in the original one, you're in like an electronics store and you have a TV kiosk playing a game there, but then your character would leave the screen and would be in another game on the other kiosk. You would have to switch to that one to complete. Really, really cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wish that there aren't as many VR gaming. That's a whole other conversation, and I obviously have that attachment to it as I've worked at a number of studios helping with VR games.
Yeah,
and there haven't been enough that really push the limit. They've kind of they've defaulted into these boxes of what traditionally a shooting gallery or whatever. And Pixel Rift is one of those games that really broke barriers, literally and figuratively, and I really enjoyed what they did.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. And I wish, even if it, whatever happens with VR, AR spaces, I would love to see Pixel Rift make it to a flat screen gaming audience on the Switch or whatever. I think this would be a great game for people to check out.
Or you give the ability for people on the flat screen to engage with people in the VR space, right? And work across modalities. Yeah. Let's go. All right, that's it. We're starting a new company.
No, absolutely, but all about that for years. I mean, hell, if Vimeo can do that, why not?
If I have to collaborate with somebody else, forget it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you irritable, abrasive loner, you.
I know. Leave me alone. Off of me alone.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I think that's really all the big news stuff that I had listed for to discuss. I will touch on one thing that is pretty interesting, and as we go into 2026, it'll be continue to see how we progress as an industry. There was, I'm sure you all read about one of the awards that was pulled for the use of AI. Right. And so now we see other, other kind of announcements from other studios. Like Larian has said they will not use generative AI for Divinity concept art at all. Right, so they're not going to be using the tools for prototyping or those things. And their comment there was that way there can be no discussion about the origin of the art, right? Which was kind of a flashpoint that popped up. And I think there was another Manor Lords publisher, Hooded Horse, won't work with studios using generative AI. So we're starting to, I think, see the ripple effect of the discussion, right, from the players kind of come back to the studios there. And we're starting to see some of the collision there. And so having very clear understanding of, when we say AI, what do we actually mean when the content is made, how are we utilizing those tools? Because I mean, the reality is we've been using machine learning and AI tools for decades in the games industry, right? Speed tree,
Speed
right?
tree was the first thing.
Procedurally generated, foliage, right, and objects in those environments. So again, it'll be really interesting to see how we move forward as an industry and help developers to make more, to get that content, but also making sure that it is art by people for people, right?
Yeah, I think that's really the heart of what this industry is about. And like I've been a huge proponent of human first when it comes to creating.
Same.
And when you start, making a copy of a copy of a copy, it just looks crappier and crappier over time. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I don't feel like that's what generative AI is, but I understand your position. There are games that won't be made. For example, learning games. Learning games are extremely hard to produce on a budget.
Right.
That just generally will allow a studio to stay afloat. And if I can use generative AI to help me build something strong to help kids learn, shouldn't I do that? Isn't the greater good helping out kids versus the use of generative AI?
I think I agree with that 100%. What I will also add is I feel like AI has the capacity to be the most amazing paintbrush ever. As long as it doesn't become the thing holding the paintbrush, that's what that's my concern.
Yeah.
In the most simplistic terms.
Yeah. I mean, I understand also that like if I'm reading a book, the thing that makes the book valuable to me is that it was written by a human and it's the perspective of a human. And I feel that way about games as well. And yet, I think there are circumstances in which also AI is a tool and you should use a tool.
That's exactly it. I use AI very limited in functions that I don't. It's like I can better spend my time focusing on the creative stuff.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Also, I want to apologize to people that are watching the live stream right now. I don't know what LinkedIn is doing today, but I missed all of these chats because it just decided to not update the feed. So I just updated the page and I'm seeing all of these comments come in that we're missing here. Amir said, "Don't play Resident Evil 7 in VR. Scariest thing I've ever seen. Had to sleep with the lights on."
Totally. That's what I'm talking about. Amir, like the second I walked in the house, like the creaking of the door behind me, I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah. And then Elio, hey buddy, good to see you here in the chat. He said, have you guys tried the latest Brazilian blockbuster AILA game? AI trying to invade the user's personal life. Pretty scary. I don't know what that is, so I will have to look at that. Michael Fitch, hey buddy, how are you? It says there was a discussion that came out within the last day or two. Writing director at Larian said they tried it using AI in a test group and found that human placeholders were better and more efficient. Of course, Rick Neal popping in there saying we used AI in 1997 in Madden development, right? So that's the thing is, AI is a really loaded term right now. We have to be very clear about what we are doing, how we use this as an industry, right? And how we can use it to help, not hurt, to make more games, make more art, and make everybody happy, right? So yeah.
All the things.
Awesome. Yes, all the things. All the things. All right. So this is not game related, but man, is it just so warm and it just makes me so happy to see this. So there was this website that came out called MTV Rewind. So what somebody has done is they are trying to basically bring back the MTV feeling, and they're basically finding all the different videos, right, that were playing on MTV in those years, and then basically created this interface where you can go through the different eras, and it's just music videos, commentary, stuff like that. I was like, that is freaking fantastic, right? MTV Raps, here we go. Yeah, so it's really, really fantastic. I love that people are doing this. But it also made me think about this other website that I've known about for a while and I absolutely love it. It's called My 80s TV. Have you all seen this before?
Nope.
Okay, so here you go. You can have 50s TV, 60s, 70s, or 80s, 90s, into the 2000s. And it basically does the same things. You have all these different genres of content that you can choose from, right? With these different radio buttons, and just hit the power. And it is surfacing all of this content from that era, from 1985, for example.
I love that I'm basically looking at my TV from the 1980s
Yes.
in my bedroom right now.
Yeah, that is 100%. So to have this just on in the background while you're working is so much fun, because everyone wants to look at these commercials. So freaking great.
You know, I'm gonna watch this with my kid this weekend, and I'm gonna have to show my kid I'm hoping to stumble across some Wendy's commercials or something.
Oh God! Here, this is a gourmet celebration of 7 wonderful courses that you can have wearing a 3-piece suit and about 5 gallons of Final Net hairspray on your head.
That's
Look at those
amazing.
irresistible desserts. They were made from those Betty Crocker cards, I'm sure, for sure. Right? So yeah, not video games, but my goodness, look at the. So damn good. Yeah, this is where we're at right now. I absolutely freaking
Now we're
love
doing
it.
Now we're doing a retro podcast.
Yes, I absolutely love it. In fact, I found there's a whole group of people on this community on YouTube that is remaking 80s era cable boxes and putting a Raspberry Pi in them. And then they show you where you can find all of the content. They have like the scrolling channel guide that comes up with the weather on the top, and everything looks exactly like it did. They're using filters for scan lines and bowing of the screen to make it look like a CRT. And you can literally use the keypad to, let me jump to channel 5. And then it jumps there, and you can set up all the content to follow the time of year, the actual date and time. So they're basically recreating the use of an 80s era cable box that you can 3D print and then put all these electronics in and run it on your server at home. It's so awesome. It's hilarious and awesome all at the same time.
It's not for this, but I think the next time we're live, you have to remind me to tell you about the time I tried to hack my dad's cable box lock to watch Cinemax.
Nice.
Did you say Cinemax? I think you mispronounced that.
No, yeah, maybe.
This is a family show, so we won't do that.
I know that. That's why I said we're keeping it clean.
Yes. Amir says, I remember an old Murder She Wrote where she rode Amtrak and they served her a white tablecloth 3-course meal. It was deeply disappointing when I actually got on the train. Yes, and Matt Anderson says, pardon me, do you have any gray poupon? It's like, yes,
But of course.
Yes. But of course. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to make sure that I pop the link to that website here in the channel. But I know we're bumping up against the end of the live stream today. So as we like to do here, let's talk about what we're playing. Mark.
Sir.
What are you playing, buddy?
Not enough. I've been making a list of games that I need to play and then not playing them. So,
well, you had to be playing something over the break, right? No? Okay, well we are going to definitely fix it, but I know.
Pass this week, but I'm on an international flight, like I said, next week, so there'll be a report.
All right, yes, absolutely. We better hear back. Darren, what are you playing, and what else would you like to share with our group here?
Oh, yeah, okay, so really quick, as far as games to play, I'm kind of like, there's so many, like the backlog from 2026 is just ridiculous. So I went back to finally getting back to Outer Worlds 2, which, holy cow, it just got lost in all the flood of games coming out at the end of the year. Please, everyone, just pick it up, play it. You'll thank me. Wait, if you have to wait for the next sale, do so. But like the game is amazing.
Yeah, it is,
and it's just so much like the fun they poke at everything, and they got it really together this time around, and. On the indie game front, I'll just, just the bias of recency bias. a game called Dune Crawl came out this week, which I recommend you check out. It's you can play solo or co-op. It's an open world, cutesy exploration kind of fighting game. A super indie team that put it together. So basically, you start off as like this little kind of like a little cute little sandfolk, and you're just kind of like defending your village from these invaders that are like bombarding your little oasis settlement.
So Tiny Tower Dune, basically.
Kind of, except that the thing is, it quickly escalates because you're doing melee and shooting things on the ground, and then like you can hop on the back of a bug and you're riding it like a horse, and then you unlock, and then basically within very short order, there's this giant behemoth sand crab that you have like with fortifications on it and cannons, and you're lumbering across this larger overworld while you're shooting at other stuff, and then you can jump off of it and you raid other places. It's fun solo or with people, and it's still early in the game, but it's worth checking out.
Fun solo or with people. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mentioned something awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I've mentioned some of the games that I've been playing. Baby Steps, of course, another one. And I'm going back and finally finishing Undertale, which has just been a real joy to get in. But I should also mention to everybody watching that we are now on Spotify. So I am going through, I realize that the order in which you submit your shows is permanently locked. That way you can't kind of reorder them. So I'm going back and I'm re-editing the intros and outros of all of the ones that are worth putting up here. And then we're going to continue to publish these every week to the channel there. So definitely go ahead and check out, if you're on the go and just want to hear us blather, right? It's the video one and the audio one there.
And in podcast, so I didn't have any game recommendations, but I do have a podcast recommendation. So maybe I'll drop that in because I've been doing a lot of driving. So the My Perfect Console podcast is fantastic. And I was listening to Shu Yoshida on it yesterday. They have an episode with Mark Cerny, Alex Ropian, Harvey Smith, Rami Ismail, Andy Davidson, like all these people whose games you've played and who you've heard speak over the years, talking about what 5 games they would have on their perfect console and why. It's super good. So good. Yeah. Love that. My Perfect Console.
I love that. So I should also mention a podcast for you as well that I just discovered, just did their last episode after 10 years. It is a podcast called 30-20-10, done by Chris Antista. And basically every week he would dissect with this crew there what was going on in movies, television, music, news, and video games 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and 10 years ago this week. Like phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And they've been doing this for a decade. So the great thing about it is it doesn't matter when you listen to them in order because 30 years ago, well, now 40 years ago.
40, 30, 20.
Exactly. So I was really...
They stopped after 10 years?
Yeah, I was really sad
to cover their own launch and then they quit.
Yeah, basically that is exactly what they did. They said, we've got around to the beginning there. But if you have a chance to check it out, absolutely do this. They have their Laser Time podcast, Video Game Apocalypse is another one that they do. I love the work that Chris and his team has done over the years, and sad to see them stop it, but I get it, right? It's been a decade. So definitely go ahead and check it. 30-20-10. It's nice. Pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. All right. Well, that's going to go ahead and definitely wrap it up then. So thanks everybody for joining us. First episode out of the gate for 2026 and a whole lot more to come. So I want to thank Mark, Susan, and Darren for joining me today. Dean, sorry we missed you, but we'll have you back next week. Thanks everybody. Hope you had a wonderful, safe, happy holiday season. And yeah, we'll just see you next week on Boss Rush. Thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye.